Oh, that one's probably gonna clip the audio this time. My name is Ghia. I'm here with my co-host Jacob. We never really introduce ourselves. Well, we introduce ourselves occasionally. I don't know, whatever. Welcome back to this week's episode of College Boy Taisen. We're recording fresh off the Game Awards that just aired a couple minutes ago. Got done streaming.
Yeah.
So maybe we could talk about that a little bit.
Deck.
All that's. We can talk about all that stuff and more. But first off, I need to start off simple. How was your week been, Jacob?
Usually, I don't know. I've been in a rut the past couple weeks. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Just it's been kind of sad. But I mean, I don't know. This week was an uptick. I don't know what it was. I felt better these last couple days, which is ironic because I don't know if you can tell podcast, but I am sick as a dog. So yeah. But,
I see.
It's been better. It's been better. How's your week been?
It started off normal until I've been having some body pain, some body aches. I have no idea what they were. So on Tuesday morning, I was in the hospital for 5 hours, and they ultimately said I was fine, and then just gave me some ibuprofen to take, my old man medication to cut a swole on my old man pills.
I need some of that.
But for the most part, yeah, I've been doing fine. It's been a little bit of an eventful week, aside from tomorrow morning, which would be Friday morning for us. But by the time this comes out, hopefully if everything goes right, I would have my driver's license. I'm taking my driver's test Friday morning. I'm both very confident, but I'm a little scared. I think everyone has a little bit of nervous.
You got it. I believe in you.
I
taught you everything I know.
But by the time this comes out, I could be bumping goddamn Mirage Mirror, all the Kamen Rider Tokusatsu songs I want in my car, down the highway, down the freeway, down the street. And you know what I'm finna be bumping? I'm gonna be bumping that goddamn Trust Last, not the full version because Toei's being weird, but Trust Last, which is the theme song of Kamen Rider Geats. Today we watched episode
Metro Boomin album.
Metro Boomin, Metro Boom.
I almost finished listening.
I forgot, what was this week's episode? 13? Episode 13.
Was it? Yes, it was.
Alright, Jacob, what did you think about Kamen Rider Geatsu episode 13?
It's funny. Because this was a Koichi Sakamoto directed production. I don't know why I said it like that. I was going to say join again. I don't know why. Anyways, which was last week's topic, which we will ignore because I hate that movie. Anyways, so it's a Koichi Sakamoto episode, which means I liked it. But, no, it was good. I don't know. Nothing, I don't know. I didn't feel negative about it, but it was just kind of like...
I think it's very funny. I do think this episode was pretty good. I like I don't know what other people's subtitles called it, but mine called this round musical chairs.
I don't know what it called it. Was it GemCorp? I always use GemCorp whenever I watch these.
Yeah. It's an interesting round. It's a round where there's drivers. And all their drivers got taken. And basically, if the main boss monster is defeated, and you don't have your driver by then, you're out. Which is kind of like musical chairs, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
A little. I don't know what their definition of musical chairs is, but.
So everyone got their IDs taken, and then the game master is using this as his chance of like. Alright, Punk Jack, make sure Geats doesn't get his driver by any means necessary. And it seems even Buffa may have conspired with them a little bit.
I didn't like that. I really didn't. I felt kind of out of character.
Yeah, because
especially out of character.
Because especially he was like,
last week,
if I'm gonna win, I'm gonna do it on my own terms. I'm gonna beat Geats my way, some shit like that.
Yeah, it's. I thought it was odd.
And so I guess the argument could possibly be made that like he would have done that regardless, but like Yeah, it's a little weird.
I don't think he would have, because, like, he's about to leave, and then Punk Jack comes up to him, and he's like, oh, well, there's a way you can get one. It's like, clearly his original thought was, okay, Ace is going to beat this guy, I'm going to leave so Ace can get the belt. Punk Jack just goes, hey, you can just pick it up. It's like, but at the same time, I hate when they do this.
It's Ace's fault for not
immediately just grabbed it.
Yeah, he could have
just grabbed it.
he walked past it to get to Kayla to take off his belt, give him the buckles, turn back around to go get it, and boom, he took it. That was like a whole minute. Another Dramato could have picked it up.
Whenever something like that happens. Yeah, exactly. I hate whenever stuff like that happens in a show, because it's like, why would that not be your first thing to do? Like, that would... I just don't get it. I really don't. Even, like, why didn't he just stay... Why didn't he keep Kayla's on and give Kayla the new one? Like, it wouldn't have made a difference.
But hey, it's interesting to see that maybe Ace and Kayla are going to build a more solid trust, maybe, as opposed to the first arc, where it's just, hey, buddy... I have no ulterior motives. Do this thing for me. And Kate was like, okay. And then this time it was actually like, hey, give me at least 5 minutes max. And if no matter what, I'll just give you all my buckles. And he did. He did. he kept true.
Much respect. And
Kayla got Magnum. He got Fever now. He got the Command. Is that gonna use? I can't wait to see my man K-Will pop off.
I liked his point in this episode that, like, there's no real point, like, of them not working together when, like, a round, like, gives them an opportunity to. Because it's like, specifically with them four, like, it makes perfect sense why, like, I understand completely why he's like, we should work together against, like, they're not saying against Punk.
I mean, To be, this is how I thought about it, which I don't know if this is like what they meant to do in the show, but like Kayla being right, like I see Kayla being right, and the fact of like all him and Nago are doing is just making the playing field easier to get a driver. By that doesn't really give anyone else an advantage. It just makes the game easier for everyone else. It's equally fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool, but I like seeing the four of them together. I tweeted about it today, actually. Of just so even though we're only like 13 or so episodes in, I'm really liking this cast. We talked a little bit about Neon's actor, I think, in another episode, probably last episode. But in general, I really like the chemistry the entire cast has together. I like what they have to work with the script. I think it shows well for them to rub off on one another and whatnot. And it may be a cocky statement, but I'd say I'm already liking this main cast more than X-Aids. And I really like X-Aid's main cast.
I don't know where these guys place yet. I think I'm gonna need a few more episodes.
I'm solely comparing to Takahashi season, which means like
that's fair.
It's already better than 0-1 because that's not hard to me. But it's just always comparing it to X-Aid because X-Aid did have really good character writing.
I think how do I'm trying to think of a way to say this. I actually really enjoyed the early 0-1 dynamics, like most people. Like early 0-1, that first arc I think is very solid.
They were fun.
I think those dynamics that they have, like Aruto just running away from them, I still think that's really funny. And I get shades of that, but it's the same vibe, like everyone's chill with each other in a sense, aside from maybe Punk Jack. But even Punk Jack, he's just kind of doing his job,
Yeah.
Not trying to justify.
It's actually very interesting to see that for the next time preview, we might see what Punk Jack's wish might be. And I feel like it's reasonable to assume it just has to do with maybe just getting rid of Ace in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know. I feel like with the way they do the preview is shown to us and the tone of it, I feel like they're kind of building up to Punk Jack maybe having his own wish, his own unique wish.
Mm. You know, I guess this is off topic kind of, but honestly, with the way like the scan showed off, I feel like Buffa might be getting out soon. I feel like Buffa's gonna give up his driver to Ace. I don't know why I feel that.
I
But
could
like he hasn't been in any of the scans. So I
honestly,
don't
I
know. I
could see
feel like
that.
that could happen.
I can honestly really see that of like, especially going off like what we said earlier of like, oh, this moment he didn't like feel like something he would do, and maybe that could be
Yeah.
the point of like maybe next week or this new episode you'll be like, oh, I played in a way that I don't enjoy, that I condemn personally, because he doesn't like when writers just do like scummy shit.
Mm.
So
And we
so
know
he does
like
something honorable.
yeah, we know that we know for a fact he doesn't like playing like cheaply. Like what happened with the Mary thing. Like he was like I guess that wasn't really cheaply. He just didn't like Mary, I guess. I don't know. But like,
It felt like a little bit
same
of both.
principle, I guess. Yeah. But no, I think yeah, going back to the Punk Jack thing, I really do hope we see his wish cuz honestly, I think you said it when we were I think it was when we were watching this episode or it was like a week before, but like I really don't know what they're going to do with his character after this arc. I'm not really sure like what his place is going to be.
That's why I honestly
kinda,
see him like if there's anyone's going to be like a big death, I really feel like it's going to be him.
He's honestly
because I don't see
Game
Buffa
Master
die.
are not that. Yeah, I don't think Buffa's gonna die. I don't think Buffa's gonna get killed. I think he'll, if anything, maybe he'll just get eliminated from the round. But I guess that's the same thing. But no, honestly, Punk Jack might be my least favorite character in the show. But maybe that's because I just don't like people like characters whose goal is to just screw over others.
I'd say Punk Jack might be my least favorite writer so far, but like my least favorite character still probably has to be the Game Master.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they're tied. They're tied, honestly.
Because I still don't really have a
Game
reason
Master's
to
arguably
care
worse
about his plans and motivations.
I'm so glad that fucking I don't know why I'm swearing so much. I apologize, but I'm so glad that new admin dude literally was like, "Why are you actively trying to screw over the players in the game? Like, why are you doing this?"
And it's also
I thought that was so.
I'm so scared because like callbacks to our one of our guests, Ballin, that I'm pretty sure you talked about on his little guest episode, but the whole thing of just I hope the Desire Grand Prix doesn't like shift into an evil organization type deal or something like that, and kind of just stays morally gray. And it's kind of been it's been leaning in a little bit. It's been falling off balance of that morally gray, especially because it's like there's stuff that really made me think about it. Aside from just the entire arc so far of just the Grand Prix being weird to Ace. Ace had that line in this week's episode of like, why is the Game Master targeting me? I am ultimately saving the world every time. The world is safe because of me. Isn't that the point? And so because of the Game Master, the Game Master is just like, no, fuck it, no. he must not win.
He must not win, even though he's actually just doing what he's told to do.
And also, we still got a little thing going on with Suburi that we've been saying every week. It's very clear that she's a little biased, but mostly still a person of the rules. Like, of course, she wants Ace to get out, but she wants it to happen in a fair manner.
Which, good for her. I respect her. I also like not to like cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Say, but I like how you brought up the morally gray thing, because though I just thought about this now. I think it would be interesting if they use it like the Desire Grand Prix isn't bad itself. It's the people like who try to run it, like, because you could see the Game Master's trying to do his own thing,
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I need to get Ace out of here, so he's literally joining the fight himself next week. But then you see this new admin guy, and he's like, just give Ace a power-up so it's, like, fair now. And even, like, more interestingly, you can see it with the Game Master, too, a little bit, where he calls up the fucking the plant guy, and he's like, control your Jamato, dude. Like they're ruining the game. And it's I feel like that's like an interesting lens to look at it. Like the game isn't bad. The people running it are, which I guess is the same thing as the organization being bad, like, I guess. But you get what I mean.
I think what I'm really going to think about, which I guess is going to be the mystery for like this arc and maybe the next one, is just like, what's the point of the Grand Prix? Because if it's all rigged, like it's all rigged, like the game master sets up the games in coordination with a person that grows the enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So like they manufacture the enemies themselves. And there's a person that gives out the items so the people can win, which that led to a line I've been thinking about since I watched the episode of just like, oh, Ace has only managed to win because of our help and because like we sent out items. So it's it's gonna be interesting to see how there's a person controlling the items, and how that might change up the fights and or
I feel like we kind of like not figured that out, but I feel like we discussed like I feel like we did, but the items not being so random. Do you get what I mean? Like, yeah, clearly they send excuse me, they send like the set items or whatever. But I think it's weird that they're like, yeah, we helped Ace win. It's like, I mean, I guess you did, but
yeah.
You get what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's weird that they say that.
Also, it's funny that like Punkcheck isn't even acting like he's like just a normal guy who happened to also be Punkcheck. Because like he's making it so obvious. Like he straight up said to Ace this episode, like, "Oh, you pissed us off." like yeah, he's Punkcheck.
I don't get what the point of that like facade was, unless it was just for the character. I guess it was just for the characters, but like. They sort of figured it out already. They're like, "Oh, you're Punkcheck." So I don't get that. Because now it's like dropped a little bit, like you said. So I don't know.
It's some things are a little weird. A lot of stuff with the staff itself plus Sumeri. I like Sumeri fine enough, but like the others, they're just meh.
I don't know.
We're gonna see Glare next week, and I'm not personally a fan of it.
You mean Super Ryo Trooper?
Yeah. He also has his own...
Does he look like a Ryo Trooper?
He has his own gimmick, too, and everything of, like, this some kind of, like, clear, like, chip card thing that he puts in.
That's a Gashat, obviously.
And, I don't know. It's just... It's always that thing of, like, oh, I have no reason to care about this character, but now he's gonna put on a belt, and the writing is gonna go up tenfold.
I hope so. Not really.
I'm just kind of like more excited for the new episode, because whatever Glare does is going to change up the status quo, and so it'll let everybody know, all the players there, to know that maybe the Grand Prix is more rigged than they think, or maybe like their true intention isn't just saving the world.
Yeah.
And just whatever happens to Buffa, my man's been working hard out here.
What did you think of Command?
I used to really hate the design. I hate it less. It's cool. It is cooler in action. I do think the sword feels a little generic, but like that's just the like general aesthetic of the suit. Like it's just mechanical mech suit shit.
It's always that first upgrade that's like not really. Most first upgrades make sense, but like there's always that one upgrade that's like, does this really fit in here?
Yeah, and it's mostly I think it does fit in with like if we're going back to the whole it's inspired by Fortnite and Apex. I think it does kind of fit with like Geats' aesthetic when it comes to at least Geats' forms. With the others, I don't really know, but like it has like that militaristic kind of feel to it that I get from Magnum and all.
I really like. Honestly, this is a weird thing. I guess it's not weird. I really like that just you put one buckle on, all you get is just the set of goggles over the entry suit. I thought that was really cool. I guess just the way they portrayed it cool. The way they portrayed it with like him, the way he was fighting with it, when he switched to the backhand grip. Ooh.
I very much like that. It's like, oh, it's kind of like you have to show your skill item or form of like, okay, you get the sword, and if you're good enough with the sword, then you get to take it off and get the full thing.
I was talking with Chris. Shout out Chris, and Chris was like, I don't like. Well, he was more talking about the toy. Chris was like, oh, I don't really like that you have to buy the sword to come with the toy, or you have to get both together, right?
Wait, they don't come packaged together?
No, they do. You have to get the sword with the buckles. You can't just get the buckles.
Oh.
Or what have you. And I was like, I actually think that's kind of neat.
It makes sense though, because like the sword is the part of the form, like it's part of the henshin item.
I don't know. I just thought it was cool that it's like, yeah, the one buckle's already stuck on there. You have to charge it up. I don't know. I just think it's really cool, and it reminds me of like a devil trigger a little bit, kind of. I guess that's the intention, that it's like a little video game power up, but
They already be ripped from DMC before.
True.
Maybe they do be loving DMC out here, but I do like the fight too. I think the fight was very cool. I like the finisher. Koichi Sakamoto knows how to do action. He's proven that multitude of times.
I really liked how
the Tycoon had a really cool henshin that I saw people point out this episode, where he like jumped up into the air and everything for ninja.
The transformations this episode were honestly really good overall.
And we had civilian fights.
I loved Ace's civilian fight. I thought that was so slick.
I really liked Buffa's. But Buffa was putting the move.
Buffa did the Oja neck thing.
Yeah, a little. It was really cool. They and the sound designers put in like this really loud crack, so it sounds like he has like arthritis or some shit. He's just like,
yeah, he sounds like me getting up in the morning.
But yeah, I love seeing, but like even Kawa got to fight a little bit, even though he got kind of like ragged on by some Jamada, but he put in some hands.
I mean, the fact that he got two drivers back, I mean, come on, that's props. I gotta give him that. That was nice.
It may be a little bit wishful thinking, but like maybe one day we can get a neon civilian fight.
I would really like that. Just give her the guitar in the civilian form. Just have her beat people over the head with it.
Use a real guitar as a prop.
Side note. I'm glad they kind of. I know we had it at the beginning of this episode, but I'm glad they kind of phased out the guitar with Punk Jack. I just don't. It was just weird.
Yeah,
it was a weird thing.
It's like it's very clear that that's probably just a front.
Like it's just.
And now now all he's doing now is just like, yeah, fuck you, Ace. It's interesting to see that, like, because like at the end when they're like, oh, the Jamato still have the drivers, both Punk Jack and Geats would be eliminated if it gets defeated. And what I'm interested in seeing is like, is that possibly Punk Jack's goal of just like a suicide tactic, like taking both like Ace down with him and getting eliminated, because like technically, would that really affect Punk Jack? Because if he's just here from the staff?
Yeah, no, maybe. I don't get it, because, like, say if Punk Jack suicides, right? Say if Punk Jack's suicide mission, he takes himself out with Ace, right? It's not... Ace still has to play in the next Grand Prix because of his first wish. If Punk Jack's wish probably has something to do with negating Ace's wishes.
See, okay, that's the thing, though. Because I feel like if the Game Master is already cheating, then in my head I feel like, couldn't he just say, oh, I physically choose for him not to play?
I guess that's I feel like he could. I don't know. But I'm going along the lines of, okay, they told Punk Jack wish for whatever it is specifically. But if Punk Jack gets himself out, like there's nothing that stop, like the game, like you said, the Game Master can just go, no. But at the same time, wouldn't the wish supersede that?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because like at the same time, we could have thought about he could have done that this round, but like maybe that would have caused suspicion within the players within Ace, because Ace already remembers because he won.
Yeah, true. Oh.
It's interesting. We're gonna see how the plot unfolds.
Another thing.
I don't know if a trailer dropped the last time we talked about it, but there was a. Did we talk about the trailer? The Geats movie trailer? With the bull rider.
I think we talked about it a little bit. I don't think we went into detail.
Yeah, I really like the bull rider. You know, shout out Peter. Peter's been like obsessing over that suit.
Peter is down terrible.
It does look really cool. It looks nice.
I really like it seems like it comes in like the buckle is like 2 parts and like I don't know, he gets like a drill thing. I like the drill, and there's like a rail sword. I like that. It's really slick. And
I remember being so shocked, even though it's like such a small detail, just like I don't know why, but I was under the impression that like you can't just take out your ID core from the driver. And Kay was just like, oh, okay, yeah, here we go.
Actually.
Kay would just popped it out. He was like, here you go. Here you go. And then Ace puts it in. Something.
Speaking of that.
You go ahead.
I thought it was interesting that it was like, okay, Ace took out that Yamato rider. But then there was, I don't know, they acted like there wasn't that many belts left. But it's like, there's 2 left. And Ace has 2 of the other players on his side. So, like, obviously they're going to help him get the belt, you know? So I don't, I get why there's, like, tension.
We don't really know if Neon is on his side, but, like, Kay was up for anything.
I guess, yeah, good point.
And Kay has command anyway, so, you know, he's got the strength right now.
True. I think, if anything, like, I don't know. I think the fact that I guess Kayla doesn't owe him one, not really, but like I don't know. I just think.
Plus, Kay was already of his mentality of just like, it'd be easier anyway if you guys just let us help.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I think we already know he's gonna get the driver back. So
yeah. Unless Glaire's just gonna pull up on him and beat the fuck out of him if he doesn't have a driver.
Oh my God,
that'd probably be smart. That'd be the smarter move. Just show up now. Why doesn't he just pull out a gun right now in the lobby and shoot Ace in the head?
Why doesn't he? Why do you even let him back this time? Why would it?
If you have the power to erase memories, just erase the player's mind. You didn't shoot Ace.
Just erase his wish for his mom. Problem solved.
Also, there's something that like the little like black screen at the end that says like a little tip about the Grand Prix that made me think about like, what if that's how Punk Jax like loses next episode? And it was like,
what is it?
Oh. Anyone can use Desire drivers, but ID cores are locked to a person, and it had that little thing at the end of like, be careful not to lose it, and it's like, what if that's gonna be the thing of like, oh, Punk Jack gets the last driver, but like, I don't know, Ace just like yoinks his ID core.
I mean, he could, yeah.
Or he just loses
I could see it.
Or what if, I don't know how it would happen, because I don't know where the fuck the Yamato farmer dude is, but like somehow a Yamato gets like a hold of his ID core and just kind of like eats it.
Yamato Punk. I actually saw this picture. I'll send it to you right now, but like the Yamato are based off of like chess pieces. I thought it was sick. Let me find it. So I don't know. I could see that we get a Yamato Punk Jack. That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. Picture. I also like I like how it seems like Ace is finally, even though it seems to always be his little thing of just like, oh, you thought I was gonna be nicer, but no, this is me. But his little line with Kayla when Kayla was all like, oh, it'd be great if we worked together, and Ace finally had his idea of like, yeah, I'm starting to realize that I'm wrong, and all like, oh, I'm finally realizing that I'm wrong. Maybe being confident and cocky all the time.
Kayla. Wink, Wink.
Being confident and cocky all the time will not help me win. Letting you guys help me is my way to win. I hope this starts more of the little friendly dynamic between the writers. I want to see like more friendship moments. Cute.
I've been saying it. I need that arc where it's the four of them and they're just like, fuck the Grand Prix, and they just beat the shit out of everybody. I need that.
And they team up on Glare.
Yup. And then they play the theme song again.
True. Now that we've actually had that, I feel weird about it. I don't know how we feel about like Trust Last as an insert.
I think they need to. I feel like this fight used it well, but I think still like it needs to be properly paced to the music. You know.
Yeah.
Like they need to like, you know, the music starts off slow. The fight needs to start off slow, but then it needs to like explode. You know, I think it needs to be something like that. Music theory with music.
I just
why all Marvel sounds sound the same.
Honestly, I think my general overall thoughts for this episode is just it was very exciting. It's cool to see how the Grand Prix is trying to foil this man more. It's interesting to see how other branches of the Grand Prix are reacting to the, I guess, I don't know, the main branch, whatever, trying to do this. For, like you have the items team that's just like, stop being stupid.
The items team.
And then you have the Jamato team, and it's just like, well, I'm the enemy every round. You know how it feels to lose all the time? I want my Jamato to win.
My babies are cool.
And it's just all, everything is unfolding. Honestly, how I can see the plot going, I still don't know what they could be doing with the Grand Prix, but I feel like the plot may just be like, oh, the other branches fight like with each other, and it gets out of hand to the point where they end up making like a massive threat that they can't control, and that's probably going to be like, I don't know, the big bad, or like the final third villain, the last third of the show where they're going to be fighting.
I'd like that. I don't know. I feel that greenhouse dude, he's up to something, whatever his name is.
I wonder if he's going to be a Kamen Rider.
Yeah, he's going to be Kamen Rider Planter.
Kamen Rider Shamato King.
Oh, God. You know, I like that thing of...
I really like the Ja sounds. Ja strike.
I'm glad my thing of the Jamato evolving was kind of true. It wasn't one singular one, but I was close.
I'm glad the Jamato Res are just still around. Like, sure, it's only been one episode, but I really thought they was going to leave that idea behind in, like, the Labyrinth thing.
Yeah, I think... I don't know, I really enjoyed them, and I hope we do see them get, like, a power-up or something. That'd be cool.
It would.
Like double Jamato really cool. Buckle. You want to know what else? This is a little small thing. Mm-hmm. But Command does the same thing that the Jamato Buckle does. They put the... What would it be, the left one on first? They put, like, the...
Yeah,
they don't put the... You know... And, yeah, it's weird. I don't... That doesn't mean anything, but it's just interesting, because it does the same effect. Like, it gives you the top part on the left side. So...
That's very interesting.
So, I don't know.
I love the Takahashi dual-colored power-up 13 episodes into the show.
Will we argue about the colors in this episode? Probably not.
Thomas pointed out as like it's actually like the exact number that they had Mighty Brothers in. It was episode 13.
That's cute. I like that. I like Mighty Brothers.
Mighty Brothers were fun.
Cool.
I very much like that the power-up is something that can theoretically be used by the entire cast.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is just how usual writer goes. I feel like Buffa or Nago won't really get a chance to use it, but you know, Geats has been pretty different as a show so far. So you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Nago gets at least one fight scene with it.
I need to see Buffa use it. To be honest with you, I think he looks sick with it with the goggles. Ooh,
yeah.
I think the sword would fit him really well.
Oh, if he, I don't know, actually no, that would require him having zombie, but like. If you somehow got to use the sword and the chainsaw breaker thing.
Yeah.
Ooh. I love his chainsaw.
Did you see the this is a completely unrelated. Did you see the V Cinema trailer for Revice?
I did. And it just seems like Hiromi's life gets even worse.
Yeah, but his demon guy has 2 swords. How cool is that?
And it seems like the plot is just, oh no, Kagero did something evil again.
Oh man. Oh, that's our Kagero.
But then Daiji's gonna put on the Revice driver and suck him back into his body, and they'll be working together.
You know, I feel like I've talked about this already. I don't know if I think I've said it on the podcast. Why did they give him a Revice driver when Hiromi was the one who needed a belt that gave new sounds? Because the 2-side driver can make its own noises. Or can shut up. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Infuriates me.
I don't know. The movie looks fine. I'm excited. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I still don't really think the forms are cool looking, but I think the poster.
No, they're not.
I am always a fan of like V Cinema posters, and I do think that this one really does help the suits look cooler. They look cool in the posters. Doesn't mean they look cool, outside of them, but the poster does its job.
I'm in like the minority opinion. I actually not that I really like it, but I do like Marvelous Live. Like, I think that's a cool, I like what it's going for. I just think Jesus, I apologize for the amount of coughing you're gonna hear while you edit this, but yeah, I like Marvelous Live. Imperial Demon should have been way better, honestly.
We're gonna see George in it. We're gonna see Hannah. We're gonna see the Bluebird stuff. There's gonna
who's not in it.
There's gonna be a girl that Hiromi's gonna be hanging with.
Hikaru's not in it.
Maybe he went to school and got a job or something. I don't know.
I don't know if this is so. I saw this thing on Twitter. It's definitely not true, but I thought it was kind of interesting just how things have been lining up. Somebody so remember how Aguilera's actor said there was somebody on Revice that she couldn't work with or was being creepy towards her, right?
Uh-huh.
Somebody on Twitter, I forget who it was like, it might have been Hikaru's actor because he hasn't been in any of the post-series content. When you go and look at everything, he might have been at the final stage. I don't remember. I'd have to watch it again.
I think Julio was over Demons for that.
Yeah, he wasn't. I know he wasn't in him and Julio weren't in the main show, but I don't know if he wasn't at the talk show portion after. So someone can fact check me, because I'm thinking this on the fly. He's not in the Geats movie. And he's not in the V Cinema. It looks like. So I don't know. Maybe it was him, but I'm not trying to point fingers or even imply it's true. But I thought it was an interesting thing because it does line up, but it really maybe doesn't. I don't know.
My mentality is that until a statement is made that points out somebody, I won't think about something. But there is always a thing that apparently I don't know. Maybe her agency could hold her liable. She says something. It's a very scary situation.
Yeah, I feel terrible for her. Honestly, though, that's the main issue.
Yeah, I'm glad she's still getting to play this character though. It does seem like she enjoys the role of Aguilera and Hannah.
And I'm glad it's not some bullshit, because I feel like this is... I don't know if this has ever happened before. I feel like some people have said it, but there's a thing that you... I don't know who it was with, but a lot of people suggested whenever an actor would leave their agency, they can never play... it takes a year or something, a couple of years before they can play that character again. So I'm glad that doesn't seem to be the case here, because I believe she did get fired from her agency. But I mean, she might have been... still under the contract at this point? But I don't know.
Really, my big question is Julio gonna get that weird over demon suit in the V Cinema, and that's gonna be explained in the movie? Where does he get this suit from? Where does he get that stamp?
Imagine there's just a whole portion of the Revice section dedicated to Julio getting a power-up.
God, I will be dead asleep during that portion, I promise you. I'm sorry, Julio fans. He's just not the one for me.
I thought there's a picture of the siblings, like, in their power-ups. Mm-hmm. It's just funny to just see Ultimate Revi just by itself next to these other two suits.
The blue forms.
The blue bastard.
I think we've talked enough about Kamen Rider. Toei has had enough of the spotlight. And we're moving on to Nexus.
Oh,
I love the commercial break, the commercial pause still.
Nexus.
And two we watched I was about to say Kamen Rider Nexus. Ultraman Nexus.
That's a tough name.
Episode 2 and 3. I will be completely honest. I remember 3 more than episode 2 because
Not gonna lie to you, I remember 2 more than 3.
Wow, we were on opposite sides here.
Well, I fell asleep after episode 3.
Episode 2 was fine. It just felt like, I don't know. I can't say run-of-the-mill Ultraman because I haven't seen most Ultraman, but it reminded me of Decker episode 2. Just like, this is the training section for the human military team, and this is where Kumon gets to be part of the team. And then Ultraman shows up at the end, and I was paying attention.
Yeah, he turned into June. Wait, did he turn into June in episode 3?
I think he did.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he got his little thing, and I really love the rise. I love like the sparkly. I love the girl effect, and he was out, and he was like, whack.
It's like laser whip.
And then the girl who's supposed to be his girlfriend at some point in the future, I don't know, is just like, fuck you, Ultraman, starts shooting at it.
I like, and then Jesus, and it's like, oh no, don't shoot this gas. And it's like kerosene. She's gonna still shoot him anyways. So like, now Kumon gets in front of her, and he's like, no, don't shoot Ultraman. And then I think it's like episode 3, or it's the same episode. I don't remember. They blurred together. I'm not gonna lie to you. That sleep didn't do me any favors. Anyways, she's like, if I had shot you, would have been your fault. He's like, what?
Yeah, and then he just puts a gun to his chest.
You still shot him. And he's like, please don't shoot me. And she pulls the trigger, and it's like, bullet empty, and she's like, well, you should have counted the bullets. Like, how would he know to do that?
It's really funny that
leave my guy alone.
That scene is only like what I guess it's there to build up, I don't know, chemistry or some kind of dynamic between them, but it's also there to be a callback for later when she tries to shoot Ultraman and she's out of bullets and the dude is like, you should have counted your bullets earlier. It's also so funny to see just how little Ultraman is actually in the show. It'll be like 5 uninterrupted minutes of this dude training to be a part of the team, and then it cuts to him like fucking October 31st.
You gotta do another Batman edit for this episode. That shot of him in the shadows and he's like behind the guardrail.
It is. He's weird. He's Batman. He shows up and he's like, I have to take out the monsters. Speaking of the monsters, I thought it was just gonna be like, oh, it's like every Ultraman has like that variety of aliens that they fight. It's just these CG slugs.
The same fucking thing.
It's the CG slugs. It's just like a whole race of them.
What are you talking about? They're called space beasts, dude.
Yeah, and all of them are CG. There's not a single live one, or a physical one. It's all CG. They. I'm surprised how many people are like fucking die. Like that's what every time where I started to doze off a little bit, and then I see like a random civilian get like slurped up into a slug, and I was like, whoa, that guy's gone. That guy's dead.
what was that? That was like 3 people dead this episode, right? You had those 2. It was like the 2 hiker guys, and the excuse me, sorry.
There's a whole scene in episode 3 when they're in like a tunnel and there's like the slug slams a dude on top of a car and just eats him.
Yeah.
It's just people be dying. we gotta have Nexus. Nexus is the key.
Nexus.
It's also interesting to see because like it's another thing with the host, right? Like there's like a host and this Ultra, and it kind of feels like Nexus is talking to him through the thing.
His name's June, I believe, according to Twitter.
June.
So I was making fun of him.
That's
I love
nice.
how he came out of that portal and he was like, we saw his like unrise thing. You mentioned like, oh, we didn't see that in episode 1. I was like, oh look, we saw it this episode, or it was episode 3, I believe. But I thought it was so funny. He comes out of being Nexus and he's gripping his arm and he's like falling to the ground. He's like, I didn't destroy the monster. And it's like, dude, you suck. Jesus.
what is your job?
I just thought, what do you even do, bro? I just thought it was so funny. Like he shows up at these random intervals. He's like, hey, guys, let's work together. Let's beat these slug guys. 5 minutes later, Nexus. He doesn't scream Nexus. I don't know. He's like, what does this guy do?
I like that the transformation weapon turns into this like tiny awkward looking gun, and he has to cock it like a shotgun.
I don't know if it's one thing or it's 2 things. I think it's 2 things.
I thought he had to like turn the thing to like a side, like kind of like the trigger thing.
Well, the little I don't even know, the dagger thing is that's the evil thruster, I believe. I don't know what the gun's called, but I think it's 2 separate things. I think it's
I like his funny little gun. I just think it's like the size of a handgun, but he has to cock it and shoot out a giant sphere.
I was pushing up my glasses and doing actually.
I also just like in the forest when she's like, "Stop right there! You were following us," and he's like, "What do you mean? I'm not following you." Like this calm tone, and then he just fucking pulls out a gun on them too.
he's like, but you guys better get out of here. We got some slugs.
He was still aiming at them when they're like, "We're surrounded, run!"
You wanna know what his gun looks like? His gun looks like one of the guns from Slug Terra. You ever seen that?
Oh my! And they were fighting the slug.
Eli Shane. Why do I know that?
I don't understand what it's like the villains kind of like, oh, there's more like a singular race of aliens that they're fighting that they're conspiring against, like the sphere. All I have to go based off of is Gene and Decker, so I'm always gonna be comparing.
Can I be honest with you?
It's just slug people, the slug people are coming after the Earth.
I couldn't fucking tell you what's going on.
But there's also there's a couple that fly. They fly that they fought in the forest. They're shooting at.
Why did the big slug guy turn into like a little flying saucer looking dude? I don't get what that was. That was weird.
I don't know. Something tells me we're not going to be knowing what's going on in the show for a while.
You know what I thought was really funny? I know I'm going all over the place. Like I'm slowly getting into the bullshit territory. I'm not gonna lie to you, but like, I thought it was really funny. Like he turns into Junez, the red form, but there's just like a random like overlay of like ocean water whenever he does it. Like like there's like a splash sound effect. Oh God. I'm straining myself here.
I actually really do like the Junez form. I think it looks very pretty.
Me too.
I like Ultraman suits are red. It's like that's what I expect. It looks nice. I can't wait for Junez but blue.
Junez but blue, baby.
Yeah. I'm still rocking with this show's music. You saw the ending song still be hitting.
You got the Nexus theme. Classic.
I believe in Nexus, bro. I believe.
I might have to make a believe in Nexus edit. Might have to.
Believe in Nexus. Nexus.
Oh. Why is it funny every time?
It's so good. It's just, you have this little fanfare. It's just Nexus. Also, we got to see the shot in the opening. I think in episode 2 when they like deploy out and they're like going up the elevator things.
Yeah,
that shot is pretty cool. The military group. I don't even. I forgot what they're called.
Their guns are cool.
I forgot what they were called.
The Night Raiders.
The Night Raiders. Yeah. I
only remember
they're kind of lame. They're kind of lame, but they're also kind of cool, I like them, but like I kind of don't like them. Like they're cool.
Their planes, yeah. I don't like their planes. Their planes are kind of lame.
It is so interesting seeing all the VFX from this show, considering its age. Like the invisibility cloak for the ships. I really like it. It's just like little TV static, and then they just appear. And then Ultraman Nexus laser whip thing. Oh, I love it.
That one was clean, honestly.
I like it. I like it so much. It's charming.
Why'd the slug guy? Why'd he like come out of the ground like Ivan Ooze, like turning into like the giant monster from the '96 movie? You know what I'm talking about? Where he like, comes down.
Bro, he's gonna
on like that spire.
He's gonna hypnotize all the adults.
Comes down into the bug guy. The ooze is back.
Make them walk off the cliff.
Can we watch that movie?
Hell yeah, I'm dope.
I haven't seen that forever. That's a classic.
I remember it being really good in my childhood, but like every time I see someone talk about it on the TL, it's just like I remember liking this as a kid, and I watched it again, and it sucked.
Well, as we both know, I haven't actively developed since I was a child, so I still enjoy the movie.
For real.
To be perfectly honest with you. I find everything appeals to me.
My inner child shall scream out in joy.
I love when they jump out of the plane and Tommy's on a surfboard. It's sick.
They're gonna.
Sorry,
the song that plays in the beginning of that movie is like ingrained in my head.
Oh, what is it? It's yeah, it's like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah,
I believe. It's like. And them on the roller skates?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Oh my god.
They have all that stuff of just like... they talk like Power Rangers even when they were skydiving. And they're like, alright guys, let's do it!
Let's do it!
We're not even talking about Nexus.
Remember the song where it's like, action boy now, action girl now?
Yeah! I also remember just laughing my ass off when they were fighting like the little it might have been the birds,
the ooze guys,
and like the cliff, and they had like they were backed up against a cliff, but like to retreat and run away, they like did a bunch of backflips. So until they just met each other.
Oh yeah,
they backflipped all the way until they got together, and they were like, "All right, guys, let's do it. It's morphin' time." And then they had the whole.
It's morphin'. And then they go out of order.
Yeah. Tigerzord. Or did he say that?
He says white tiger in the movie. He says white tiger.
I knew something was different. It was either Tigerzord or White Tiger. I forgot I was in the show. Or
White Tiger.
White Tiger. Oh my god! But I honestly, I don't know how people feel, but like the movie version of the MMPR theme, low-key a little bit better than the original.
That is the best. That's the best version of the theme song.
Right.
Like no ifs, no buts.
It's some heat. I actually really love it.
Like
I got really hyped when it played in 2017. I was like, oh, are they gonna use the original or the movie version? And I'm kind of happy they used the movie.
No, that was so raw. Like Alpha's like, go Power Rangers.
That reminds me, Zordon fucking died in that movie. in the 91. Zordon was on his deathbed.
Hockey isn't gonna like that we just stopped talking about Nexus.
I'm sorry, Aki. Aki, I don't know what to tell you.
we really just started talking about the MMPR movie.
It's a good movie, I swear. It's worth it.
I like. I always like when Rocky. I think it's Adam. I like when Adam's just like, let's play kick the can. He just puts a can on his foot. He just kicks it at one of them.
There's a bunch of stuff from that movie where I'm just like, the Power Rangers don't have that. What the fuck? Rocky's
little...
Terminator vision.
Aisha's got like the headlights.
I don't know. I think it might have been Billy, but Billy or Kimberly had like a fucking grappling hook or something.
Billy has like a taser thing, and then
it's just like
Kimberly has like a whip.
Where are their weapons? You know, the sword, the power sword, the power axe,
power sword.
Was Saba even in the movie?
Yeah, he like summons him and he's like, guys, let me introduce you to Saba, and he does all these fucking hand movements and he like throws Saba into the air. But Saba goes up to this wire, but Saba doesn't cut the wire. He just shoots it with the laser light that he has.
That's so good. Oh, I love 90s candy stuff. I also like I remember I don't know why my head kind of like filled it in as a kid. But I didn't know the CG Megazord in the movie was a different Megazord from the show. Like, it was the ninja one, but, like, the design was different.
It never
occurred to me that it wasn't just, like, the actual design, but just CG.
It never occurred... I don't think it ever occurred to me as a kid it was supposed to be the Ninja Megazord. I don't even know when I made the connection. I can't even remember that. That feels like one of those things where it's like, so that's like just how it is. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, once you know it, you're like, oh, I can't think of it any other way now. I love the bit where the Falcon Zord. I don't know why. I like when this happens, but like the Zord's like, I don't like the Falcon Zord lets the train go over it. Like, I don't know why, but like whenever stuff like that happens, I think that's really cool. Like I guess it's Zords interacting with like the real.
That's from,
I don't know how to explain it.
I feel that similarly about the Ninja Steel thing, the Ninja Steel episode, where Tommy's like, alright, Falcon Sword, I'm gonna fly up to the black hole and seal it up.
Alright, guys, light them up! I got a present for Draven!
I need more of Tommy. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch Tommy episodes or something. I whenever he tells people to do something, it's so satisfying.
Let's do it, guys! I love Power Rangers, just I don't know, emoting.
The ways of the universe, the unspoken rules.
People always like talk Power Rangers dialogue.
Somebody says ready. Everyone else has to say ready, or we do not morph. Ready.
I love. Let's Ranger up. Shut up! No one says Ranger up, you idiots. But go ahead. That's raw. Oh my god, my voice is dying, but I'm gonna keep going for the podcast.
Wait,
not that I want to stop.
Did they say ready in Dino Fury, or was it just Dino Fury key activate?
Like, don't they do Dino Fury key ready? Isn't that what it is?
I remember it's being activate, and then they link to the more
Cosmic Fury key ready. They're gonna be like, link to the cosmic grid.
A link to the cosmos.
I kind of like that. Not gonna lie,
man.
I actually really like that.
But maybe Cosmic Fury when Simon Bennett. You haven't been on Twitter for a while.
He's on Mastodon, dude.
He's on. Maybe are people trolling him on Mastodon? Are they on Mastodon being like, "Hey, what's this civilian fights?"
We never talk about the Twitter like Elon shit on here. I never noticed. I guess that's just because it's stupid.
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
It's just a rich man having his fun.
We should make a. Remember when everyone moved to like that Hive one, and then like Hive was like, yeah, we're not that good of a site.
Go back.
People were getting hacked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or something.
No, Twitter's a bit too big of a thing to be replaced as of right now. Like if it goes down, it's gonna be a free for all of who becomes the next thing. There's no certain thing right now.
I don't even know if you can replace Twitter. I really don't like as much as like I think we both don't like Twitter in a way. In a way, we both don't like Twitter, but in the same way, I don't want to say we need Twitter, right? And I'm not trying to speak for you.
The way Twitter is designed makes it just hard to. It's uniquely efficient.
It's uniquely appealing to be on Twitter. Like I enjoy tweeting. Like I enjoy posting my voice memo tweets. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, Nexus.
Good episodes, I guess. I'm interested to seeing more of like. I'm interested in seeing more of how the host for Ultraman interacts with the two guys, the fucking cop people, with the Night Raiders and Kumon. And in general, I still think Kumon kind of boring as shit. Like I don't see any reason to like him right now. He's just there, and he's like, "Man, I miss talking with this person on the phone that has his keychain that they gave me."
Is that his girlfriend?
But he can't have a girlfriend. The other girl's supposed to become his girlfriend. Yeah.
No, man.
He has to be bitchless right now. It's not gonna work.
No, bitchless is a choice. Not you have to be.
I think we. I think we were burnt out. I think we spent. I
got.
Oh wait, yeah, this is something.
Something.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, something.
So. Oh no, that guy's coughing. Anyways, so there's this lot. So, Kumon and I believe her name's Nagi. Mm-hmm. Him and Nagi have a discussion before Nagi tries to shoot him, which is basically not. She's like, you can't like not everything's real. What you see, you know. She like calls him stupid, basically.
Yeah. How do you know your enemies are your enemies and your friends are your friends?
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, isn't that's you have that problem also. You don't know what's real. Like you not Kumon is just, taking the Nexus at face value that, Nexus saved his life. And clearly Nexus isn't their enemy because otherwise Nexus would have just killed him there.
Yeah, he's a giant. He can just fucking stop on.
Exactly. And, she's like, well, can't take it at face value. But she's also taking Nexus at face value. She's not like, listening to Kumon go, hey, this guy saved my life. She's just going, oh, well, this guy's probably a space beef, so, he's evil. I got to kill him. And I was some Ultra friends of mine. I don't know why I said Ultra friends. Some of them were like, we're going to kill you, dog. I was like, am I wrong? And they were like, they never elaborated. I didn't ask. But I wonder if it's something like that. Like maybe I don't know. Maybe I misinterpreted that.
No, I can.
That's what that line kind of reads me as like.
I understand that. I'm just like, oh, how do you know so and so? Like you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, so why are you assuming this? But at the same time, it feels like Kumon is saying, like the way Kumon speaks about things, is he's speaking more from the actual experiences that's happened so far, while Nagi is going based off like face value knowledge that she's just learned from being a Night Raider. Just Space Beast bad, and that's it. Instead of like doing what Kumon of like, okay, this dude's probably from space, but at the same time he's fought every Space Beast I ever saw, and he could have probably very easily just killed us if he's wanted to.
Exactly.
So yeah, he's doing more knowledge based stuff, even though the show's kind of like making it seem like, oh, he's doing off his emotion.
Exactly. Excuse me. It's interesting how like they're portraying the relationship with Ultraman right now with like the larger Night Raiders. Larger Night Raiders. That's a weird sentence, but like the organization at whole, like Ultraman. But Jesus. No, like even the commander's like, well, I mean, I don't know, we can't really trust him yet,
I like stuff like
I don't
that.
know what he's doing.
It kind of reminds me of Shin Ultraman, but like a little bit of the opposite. Because Shin Ultraman, that was a big part of the Shin Ultraman story, of just how does humanity react to Ultraman and how do they see him. And for most part, it was just a positive reaction of just like, oh, this guy's here to save us. This guy's like our savior. He's like God. And then we have Nexus here. It's just like basically they think everything that comes from space is just evil and trying to fuck up everything. So of course they'd assume Ultraman is just another one of that. Especially seeing how powerful he is, even though he kind of lost his first like big fight. But he's definitely packing like power behind him.
I couldn't defeat the space beast. Shut up, Nexus. I do wonder, like, if we had watched the Next before this, maybe we'd get a clearer, like, why are they so...
Like tone, more of a tone setter.
Yeah, and I guess, like, why are they so... Well, I'm not... Well, you can make assumptions, like, oh, they probably had stuff run in the past, with aliens and stuff. With why the Night Raiders are already established, But Jesus, I think most Ultra shows start off with, like, the attack team or science, whatever you want to call them, like, already established for the most part.
Yeah.
But I think, like, knowing the fact that there's a movie in this universe beforehand, I wonder if there is some sort of no, obviously there would be, maybe, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I wonder if there is, like, a direct reason. Oh, whatever happened the next led to...
The mystery for me...
Night Raiders.
Yeah, the mystery for me is more so, I guess, like, the guy they keep cutting to in, like, the command room that's just like, oh, Ultraman signal is showing up. Because, like, oh, if, like, he's the way he talks makes him seem like, oh, he's aware that Ultramen are just a thing, or that this is a phenomenon that's happened before, which of course would have to like correlate to I guess the Next or the movie. So I don't know if he's a character from the movie or if he's just like someone who like, oh yeah, this happened before and I was studying it and I have like ultra signals.
Yeah, and he clearly knows like who Nexus's host is.
Yeah,
like he clearly knows.
Even when he wasn't transformed, he still had the ultra signal thing when he was in the forest.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like the show, I guess the best word for me to describe it is just mysterious. Like the tone is a little unclear, but I don't think that's really a bad thing. If we're looking at everything from like the perspective of
as I thought it would be
of Kumon, he's just because he doesn't really know anything, and we're kind of learning about everything through his eyes, and it's interesting to see just this is how the military feels about Ultraman, but like he's instead of being out on a military train, he's a guy that was first just. He had a hand-on experience of being saved by Ultraman, and then he kind of went into everything.
I don't get what that, like, there's that, like, dude who brought him into this. I really, like, what does he know? Because, like, why did he just bring this random-ass rescue guy in? Because when you look at, like, the way they, like, describe, like, the rest of the Night Raiders, it's like, where does he really fit in other than maybe he's, like, a good pilot because he flies by himself? I don't really know. Sorry. I don't know if I feel like there is like a mystery. Like I guess the mystery is what's Ultraman? What are the space beasts? But I don't know. It doesn't really feel necessarily like mysteries. It just feels like I don't know how to. I don't know. It doesn't feel like I already kind of get it. You get what I mean? Not like I understand, but I'm like, oh, that's Ultraman. There's the monsters. I guess it's more of a question of all right, who is Ultraman? I guess that's the real question.
Yeah, I want to learn about the host and what his deal is and like what he's gone through. Because right now, all he does is just like show up like Batman and then leave with no elaboration. He watches over them.
Yeah, and I think that the tone thing's interesting too because it's like, I don't want to say it's like it's serious, I guess, but it doesn't feel that much serious than like I don't know, maybe like your like slightly darker than average like Toku episode.
I feel like the darkest it's gone so far is just seeing random people get eaten. Get slurped.
Yeah, that's really it, honestly. And I get that, and like you know, there's moments of lightness. Like, Kumon is a very light character so far. Like, he's not, you know, he's not like, you know, like, my life sucks. He just kind of has no clue what's going on, you know?
Yeah. And he's sticking up for Ultraman.
I wonder... I sort of wonder if the show goes on, maybe he'll become, like, more, you know, just decrepit, I guess, due to the environment he's in. But I don't know. I can't really see that. I sort of feel like he'll be like one of those characters who just kind of like a Zenkaiser type, or he just kind of stays flat for the most part.
A character that always believes in Nexus.
Exactly, just like me.
I feel like this episode's been pretty low energy. It felt like it's been a long week. You know, both me and Jacob have had our health things each.
Want to hear my anecdote?
What's the anecdote?
So, personal story podcast. Personal story.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I'm a lonely guy. So, obviously, I go on the dating apps, right?
Yeah.
And so, my friends, I mean, I go on like one, right? But my friends are like, we'll make you an account and we'll handle it.
Oh.
And admittedly, maybe that's a bad decision, right? But I don't really care. So they made me like a Hinge account, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So actually, I guess they got banned on the first account. I don't know what they did, but they got banned.
Damn.
I'm not gonna elaborate on that. I don't know what they do. I hope it's nothing bad. But anyway, so here's the actual story. Well, I guess there's a little bit of pretense. So, I had this group project in this one class, right? You know, it's me, 2 other girls, and this other guy. The other guy stopped showing up to class, so it was just me and the 2 other girls. Perfectly fine. Fine, whatever. So, the Wednesday, yesterday,
mm-hmm.
or I guess just Wednesday. So, we present the group project. Fine, great, goes perfectly well. So, I'm like, alright, I'm going home, start playing some Fortnite. Get a text from one of the girls in the group. She's like, do you speak French? And I'm like, So a little bit of wheels turning.
Mm-hmm.
So the project we did, right? It was on this company from Canada. And we had to remake or make them a website if they didn't already have one. Like, we had to fix up their website or make them a new one, right? So I'm like, all right, maybe someone from the company saw the website we made, and since she was the owner of the website, you know, maybe they messaged her about it. And maybe it was in French, because, you know, Canadians speak French.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm like, I mean, well, you know, that's how it works. I'm pretty sure that's, like, true. Like, you know, they're French Canadian or whatever it is. But beside the point. So I'm like, no. Why? So then, she sends me a screenshot of a dating app message in French, and it's from the account my friends made.
This is like the episode plot of a like a relaxed like sitcom you'd watch on ABC Family or something.
Oh no, but it gets better. So I'm like, oh, yeah, that's an account my friends made. I don't know what they do, but it's odd because I specifically remember this exact moment. I was there when they did this. I remember them sending this exact message, right? Because it was in French. So, you know, I just remember that. And then she's like, and I forget what she said. And then I was like, wait, how long has she been holding on to this? So I'm like, how long have you been waiting to ask me about this? And she's like, oh, since October. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, I am so sorry. I feel terrible. So I just thought it was hilarious that she waited until after we had finished the project to say anything about it. because I would have done the exact same thing. I would have also waited until we had finished the project and presented it to say anything to anyone in the group. Wow. I thought that was absolutely hilarious.
Insert the laugh track. No, that is pretty wild.
I would tell you what the message said, but it is. I would tell you what the message said, but it is not safe for the podcast.
Wow, damn! They must have had some crazy riz.
No, they didn't. No.
Well, Jacob,
it's not like rude. It's just not safe for the podcast.
This is why you need to be the one controlling your own dating profile, so you can be dating these women out here.
No.
So you can get your 6 feet tall ultra girlfriend.
Listen, I'm gonna keep making those jokes. All right.
They'll always be funny, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
I laugh at
I appreciate that. Thanks, you.
Oh, but
you're a good guy.
Hell yeah. But I think both of us are feeling tired. We're feeling a little sick, a little tired, a little Nexus.
The NyQuil's kicking in.
Ultra NyQuil.
Oh, that's my next edit. Ultraman drinking NyQuil.
But winter is setting in. Me personally, I'm on my winter break. You know, my semester is over. Things are moving smooth.
I gotta start and finish a paper. Gotta edit a paper, and then I got a test on Thursday. But I'll be done after that.
But I have my driving test in the morning. Everything will be fine.
Yup. You'll be fine. You'll listen to AU.
Exactly. I'll tell my tester, my examiner that I need to listen to it in the car, or else I'll fail.
Oh, the kind of just whipping around the corners.
Exactly. I'm gonna turn on the Power Rangers Turbo theme. That's what I'm gonna turn on.
Yup.
Go.
You gotta say shift. You gotta be like, shift to the turbo. And he's like, what? You're like, nothing.
But we have been College Boy Taisen.
We have been? Are we changing our name?
We no longer exist, but you can follow us on Twitter.
Bad joke. I apologize.
You can follow us on Twitter at Ghially and at Ghially. The L's are I's. And we hope to see you next week.
One more cough.
When Glare has showed up and I have believed in Nexus Heart.
Goodbye.
Maybe I'm
not sick anymore. I don't know.